Hey everyone, it is that time. Welcome to the Final Cut. Mark the Movie Man here, and today we've got a horror film for you that is part of what I never expected to be, I guess you could say, a franchise or a series. Yes, Victor Crowley, the latest installment in the Hatchet series, once again brought to us by director and writer Adam Green. Now, here with Victor Crowley, it's set 10 years later, and we have Andrew, who is the only survivor of the attack from Victor. And, well, he ends up finding himself back in the woods with a whole group of would-be victims of Victor Crowley in the swamp that he first suffered these traumatic events. And he comes to find out that, yeah, good old Victor is still around and he's still looking to kill people. So we see how these folks who are trapped on a crashed plane try to deal with the big baddie outside while trying to get to safety. This is a film that started out like just blew my mind. It was like, this is crazy where they went with it. I loved where Adam Green took this story, especially with the Andrew character, played by Perry Shen, who has been in all three films, though he hasn't exactly played Andrew in all three films. He's still in this, and I enjoyed his character quite a bit, this reluctant guy who really is just trying to get over these things, but nobody will let him get over it, if you will, because, you know, get past it because they keep asking him about it. Plus, he gets a very interesting scene where he's signing autographs, and he probably has to sign the most unusual autograph I've ever seen. Yeah. So, you know, I liked that, and I liked this cast that they assembled. You know, you got Laura Ortiz in here as Rose. Really enjoyed her character. David Sheridan as Dylan. It was great seeing Tiffany Shepis on the big screen. I love her. Such a great actress, indie actress, and it was great to see her in a film like this. And she is one of the highlights in the second half of the film, because the first half really was taking a different approach, and I loved it. I loved the angle and the tone and the humor and everything. But then we get into the second half, and it gets back to more of the ridiculous Victor Crowley stuff that we were used to, which I'm sure fans of this series will really dig. For me, it was like it felt back more on regular tropes and felt less original and more of your basic slasher type film, so I kind of checked out a little bit of it. Though Kane Hodder as Victor Crowley, you know, no one can play big, huge slasher guys quite like Kane, so it was great seeing him in the Victor Crowley role, doing that. But on the whole, the film kind of just falls apart a little bit near the end, and by the end I was like, I wish they would have kind of kept it the way they had it in the first half of this film. So for me, I've never been a huge fan of the Hatchet films. I did dig them, but for me in this one, I was hoping for it to stay really different throughout the film, but it to fall back on its tropes kind of was disappointing for me. But if you're a big fan of the series, I'm sure you're going to dig this quite a bit, especially getting to see the big Victor Crowley on the screen killing people in mean and nasty ways. So there you have it, folks. If you've seen Victor Crowley, leave your comments down below. Love to hear your thoughts on this. And if you haven't yet, check out our new Patreon page we've got out there now. Patreon.com/SpecialMark Productions. You get exclusive content for just a few bills. We're not that high of a Patreon, but you get some more great stuff there, and it's where you can catch my wide release movie reviews now, which I do in 90 seconds or less in the Movie Man's Movie Minute. So check that stuff out there. I appreciate your support, and until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.